Hi, Capricorn. Welcome back to Moonveil Tarot. And if you're new here, hello and welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, so I have to be completely honest with you. What came through stopped me. I actually had to put the deck down for a second because what I felt around your energy wasn't what I normally feel. It was bigger, quieter, more still. The kind of energy that doesn't announce itself, that doesn't perform, that just is. And I sat with it for a moment before I pressed record because I wanted to make sure I could do it justice. Because what I'm about to tell you today about who you are, about what you carry, about what you're here to do, it moved me. And I don't say that lightly. And I don't say it to every person I read for, but I'm saying it to you. And I mean every word of it. And before we pull a single card, drop a comment right now and say, I claim this, because what I'm about to show you about yourself is something you deserve to receive fully. Not halfway, not with one eye closed, fully. So claim it. And let's begin. Okay, so here's how I'm pulling this today. Tarot cards for the structure of who you are. And oracle cards woven in for the divine truth of it, because some things the tarot says in structure, and some things only the oracle can say in feeling, and for a reading about someone's divine nature. I want both. 4 sections. Section 1, the light you carry that most people can't see. Section 2, what makes your energy so rare. Section 3, what you're here to do. And Section 4, what's coming for someone of your frequency. Let's pull Section 1, the light you carry that most people can't see. The High Priestess, the Star, the Hermit, and the Oracle card, you carry light that was given to you before you were born. Okay. The High Priestess, the Star, the Hermit, and the Oracle card, you carry light that was given to you before you were born, for the light you carry that most people can't see. And I want to walk through every single one of these carefully, because this section is the foundation of everything that follows. The High Priestess first, and I want to say something about this card that I feel really deeply. The High Priestess is not a card that shows up for everyone. It shows up for people who carry knowledge that goes beyond what they learned, beyond what they were taught, beyond what any book or class or experience fully explains. Have you ever just known something without being told, without having a logical reason, just a deep, quiet, certain knowing that turned out to be right? That's the High Priestess. That's your gift. And the High Priestess in this position, for the light you carry, is showing me that what you carry isn't acquired. It wasn't developed through effort or practice or intention. It came with you. It was yours before this lifetime started. And most people around you have no idea it's there, but they feel it in the way they feel something when they're around you that they can't quite name. That unnamed thing is you, then the star. And the star in this position, for the light you carry, is telling me something that I want you to really receive. The star is divine light, not metaphorical light, real light. The kind that cuts through darkness, not by fighting it, but simply by existing. And the star doesn't try to shine. It just does. And what this card in this position is showing me is that your presence, your actual physical presence in a room, in a conversation, in someone's life, does something. It shifts something. People feel safer. People feel more themselves. People feel like something that was dim got a little brighter. And they can't always explain why. And you might not always see it. But the star card is showing me it's happening every time. And it's been happening since before you understood what you were. Then the Hermit. And the Hermit in this position, for the light you carry that most people can't see, is showing me something really specific. The Hermit carries a lantern. And the lantern isn't for the hermit. The hermit has already made peace with the dark. The lantern is for the people on the mountain below who need a light to navigate by. And that's what you are to more people than you know. A lantern, not a spotlight, not a performance, a quiet, steady light that people navigate by, that people look for when they're lost, that people feel the absence of when it's not there. And the hermit carries the lantern alone because that's part of the gift. The light doesn't require an audience. It just requires someone willing to carry it. And you've been willing your whole life, even when it was heavy. And then the oracle card, you carry light that was given to you before you were born. And this is the truth underneath everything in this section. Before you were born. Which means before any of the experiences that shaped you, before any of the hard things you went through, before any of the moments where you wondered if you were enough, the light was already there, already given, already yours. And everything that happened after, all the growing and the struggling and the becoming, didn't create the light, it just revealed it. And what I'm seeing in your cards today is a light so fully revealed that it's impossible to look at your energy and not feel it. Drop a comment right now and say, I carry divine light. Because you do, and the universe put it there. Section 2. What makes your energy so rare? The World, the Empress, the Judgment card, and the Oracle card. Your soul chose to come here. Okay. The World, the Empress, the Judgment card, and the Oracle card, your soul chose to come here. For what makes your energy so rare? And this section is where it gets really specific about what sets you apart. The World first. And the World in this position, for what makes your energy rare, is showing me that you carry a quality of completion. Like, most people are still in the middle of their story, still figuring out who they are, still working out what they believe, still becoming. And you, even in the middle of your own becoming, carry something that feels complete, whole, like a soul that's done enough laps around the wheel of experience to have arrived somewhere. And that arrived quality, that settled, unshakable, I know who I am even when I don't have all the answers quality, is extraordinarily rare. And it's what makes being around you feel like solid ground. And solid ground, in a world where most people are still searching for it, is one of the most valuable things a person can offer. And you offer it just by existing. Than the Empress. And the Empress in this position, for what makes your energy rare, is the abundance you generate, not financial abundance necessarily, though that's part of it, but the abundance of your presence, the way being around you makes people feel like there's enough love, enough space, enough worth, enough possibility. And the Empress generates without depleting. Like, most people who give a lot eventually run dry, but the Empress energy is renewable. It comes from somewhere deeper than effort. And what this card is showing me about your energy, you have that. The renewable quality. The I can hold space for you and I still have enough left for myself quality. And in a world full of people running on empty, someone who generates abundance just by existing is one of the rarest things there is. Then the Judgment card. And the Judgment card in this position, for what makes your energy rare, is the awakening you carry. Not just the awakening you've experienced yourself, but the awakening you trigger in other people. Like, have you ever noticed that certain conversations you have with people end differently than they started? That people walk away from time with you with something shifted, with something clarified, with something like, oh, I see it differently now. That's the Judgment card. That's the trumpet you sound without trying to sound it. That's the awakening that happens in the field around you. And people who can do that, who can shift something in another person just by being honest and present and fully themselves, that's a divine gift. And it's yours. And it's rare. And the Judgment card in this position is the universe confirming you're one of those people who changes the rooms they walk into. And then the Oracle card, your soul chose to come here. And this is the most important card in this section. Your soul chose to come here. Not to just live a life. Not to just exist and experience and move on. Your soul chose to come here with something to do, something to offer, something to be. And the High Priestess and the Star and the Hermit Lantern and the World Completeness and the Empress Abundance and the Judgment Awakening, all of that is the something. That's what your soul showed up with. That's the equipment. That's the kit your soul packed before it arrived. And a soul that chose to come here this equipped, that's not an accident. That's not random. That's a soul on a mission, and you're on yours. Drop a comment and say, my soul chose to come here, because it did. And it came prepared. Section 3, what you're here to do. The Ace of Cups, the Lovers, the Hierophant reversed, the Six of Wands, and the Oracle card. You're here to show people what's possible. Okay, Ace of Cups, Lovers, Hierophant reversed, Six of Wands, and the Oracle card, you're here to show people what's possible for what you're here to do. And 5 cards came out for this section. 5. And I want to walk through every single one because each one adds something essential to the picture of your purpose. Ace of Cups first. And the Ace of Cups in this position for what you're here to do is love, but not romantic love specifically. The Ace of Cups is the love that overflows, the love that's bigger than one relationship. And what this card is showing me about your purpose is that you're here to be a source of it, not to pour yourself out for everyone, but to model it, to show by the way you exist what it looks like to love from a full cup. And people who love from a full cup, who give from abundance rather than depletion, they change the people around them, not through effort, through example. And your example, the way you move through love and connection and relationship, is doing something to the people watching you, even when you don't know they're watching. And they always are. Then the Lovers card. And the Lovers in this position, for what you're here to do, is not about romantic love. The Lovers is the card of conscious choice, of soul level recognition, of choosing yourself and your truth even when it would be easier not to. And what this card is showing me about your purpose is that you're here to model that, to show people what it looks like when someone actually chooses themselves, actually honors their truth, actually says, this is who I am and I'm not negotiating that. And in a world where most people spend their whole lives seeking permission to be who they are, watching someone who doesn't need that permission is one of the most liberating things there is. And you are that someone. And your choosing, your visible, consistent, unashamed choosing of your own truth is changing people. Whether you see it or not, then the Hierophant reversed. And the Hierophant reversed in this position for your purpose is the breaking of false structures. Like, there are systems and stories and ways of doing things that have been in place for a long time that aren't actually serving people. And the Hierophant reversed person, your kind of person, doesn't destroy them loudly, doesn't tear them down dramatically, just lives so authentically, so completely outside of the need for those false structures that people around them start to question whether they need them too. And that questioning, that gentle, radical invitation to think differently, is what you carry, and it's one of the most powerful forms of change there is. Not the loudest, but the deepest and the most lasting. Then the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands in this position for your purpose is the victory that inspires. Not just your own victories, but the way your victories make other people believe in theirs. Like when you succeed at something, when you overcome something, when you arrive somewhere you worked toward, the people watching don't just feel happy for you, they feel something shift in themselves. A quiet inner voice that goes, if they can, maybe I can. And that's the Six of Wands purpose. Not just the win, the inspiration the win creates, and the people your journey has quietly inspired. There are more of them than you know, and there will be more still. Because you're just getting started. And then the Oracle card, you're here to show people what's possible. And this is the simplest and most complete statement of your purpose. You're here to show people what's possible. Not by teaching it, not by preaching it, by living it. By being the walking proof that the high priestess knowing is real. That the starlight is real. That the hermit lantern is worth carrying. That the world completeness is achievable, that the Empress abundance is real. By being someone who shows up as evidence, and evidence, actual lived, breathing, walking evidence, changes people in a way that nothing else can. And that's what you are, evidence of what's possible. Drop a comment and say, I am evidence of what's possible, because you are, and the world needs to see it. Section 4, what's coming for someone of your frequency? The Ten of Pentacles, the Sun, the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Wands, and the Oracle card, everything you've been calling in is already on its way. Okay, Ten of Pentacles, the Sun, Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Wands, and the Oracle card, everything you've been calling in is already on its way for what's coming for someone of your frequency. And let me sit with these for a second, because as a collection of what's coming, this is extraordinary. Ten of Pentacles first, and the Ten of Pentacles is generational abundance, legacy abundance, the kind of abundance that doesn't just touch your life, it touches the lives around you and the lives that come after. And in this position, for what's coming, the Ten of Pentacles is the material world catching up to the spiritual one. Like the light you carry, the purpose you're here for, the frequency you operate at, all of that is about to have a material counterpart, something you can hold, something you can build on, something that reflects on the outside what has always been true on the inside. And the Ten of Pentacles doesn't just bring money, it brings stability, legacy, the unshakable foundation that lets everything else grow. And it's coming for you because of exactly what you carry. Then the Sun. And the Sun, after everything we've seen in this reading, arriving as part of what's coming is the most natural thing in the world, because the Sun is just the star card fully expressed. It's what happens when the light that was always there gets to shine in its fullest form. And the Sun as what's coming is the universe saying, this season of carrying the light quietly is ending. The season of the hermit lantern on the mountain is giving way to something bigger, more visible, more expressed. And the Sun doesn't just illuminate you, it illuminates everything around you. And what's coming is a chapter where your light stops being something only the sensitive can feel and starts being something everyone can see. And that visibility, that fully expressed Sun chapter, is closer than you think. Then the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune in this position, for what's coming, is the divine timing clicking into place. Like, you've been on the right path, you've been doing the right things, you've been carrying the right energy. And the Wheel of Fortune is the moment when the universe goes, okay, now. And things that have been building in the background, opportunities, connections, recognitions, expansions, they start arriving, not one at a time, together. The way things arrive when the wheel turns in your favor. And the Wheel of Fortune, for someone at your frequency, for someone carrying the High Priestess knowing and the Starlight and the Hermit Lantern and the Empress Abundance, what it brings isn't small. It's proportional to what you carry. And what you carry is a lot. Then the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands, as part of what's coming, is the ignition, the new fire, the beginning of something that hasn't existed before in quite this form. And in this position, for someone at your frequency, the Ace of Wands is creative fire, inspired fire, the kind of fire that starts a movement, starts something that outlasts the moment it was ignited. And what this card is telling me about what's coming, something is about to begin, something you've been building toward even when you didn't know you were building toward it. Something that uses everything you carry, the High Priestess knowing, the Judgment card awakening you trigger in others, the evidence of what's possible purpose, all of it coming together in something new, something real, something only you could start. Because only you came equipped with exactly this. And then the Oracle card, everything you've been calling in is already on its way. And your guides saved this for this section because it's the most reassuring thing they could say. Not it's coming eventually, not keep working toward it. Everything you've been calling in is already on its way, already in transit, already addressed to you, already moving. And calling in, that's the right word for it. Because someone at your frequency doesn't just want things, they call them from a place of genuine knowing, of genuine deservingness. And the universe responds to that specific frequency with this specific kind of abundance. And all of it, all of the 10 of Pentacles and the Sun and the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Wands, it's already moving. And its destination is you. Drop a comment and say it's already on its way, because it is. Okay, tea leaf cards, 6 of them, getting very specific. First tea leaf card, a being of light who doesn't fully know what they are yet. A being of light who doesn't fully know what they are yet. And this is the most honest image the tea leaves could show. Because the High Priestess and the Star and the Hermit Lantern, they don't always come with full awareness. Sometimes the carrier of the light is the last one to see it, the last one to understand what people are actually feeling when they're around them. And this tea leaf card is showing me that you might be in that place where you sense something about yourself but haven't fully claimed it yet. Haven't fully said, yes, this is what I am. And what the reading today is for is that the full claiming, the full recognition, the moment the being of light looks in the mirror and goes, oh, there you are. Next tea leaf card. People whose lives changed because you were in them. People whose lives changed because you were in them. And this image, this one moved me when it came through because it's not hypothetical. It's not future tense. It's present. People whose lives changed because you were in them. And those people, some of whom you might not even be in regular contact with anymore, carry something from the time they spent with you. Something shifted. Something clarified. Something became possible that wasn't possible before. And they know it came from you, even if they can't fully articulate how. And the tea leaf card is showing me that the count of those people, the ones whose lives changed, is bigger than you know, and growing even right now, even as you watch this. Next tea leaf card, a crown being lowered onto someone who's been kneeling long enough. A crown being lowered onto someone who's been kneeling long enough. And this image, this one, because the kneeling is the hermit work, the carrying the lantern alone, the having the gift without the recognition, the being the light without being seen as the light, and the crown being lowered. That's what's coming, the recognition, the moment the world catches up to what has always been true, and the crown doesn't change what you are. You were always this, but it changes what other people can see. And being seen finally fully for what you actually are. That's what the Sun card and the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Wands are all pointing toward. And you've been kneeling long enough. The crown is being lowered. Next tea leaf card. The universe watching over someone it invested in heavily. The universe watching over someone it invested in heavily. And this image is so specific about why the abundance is coming, because the universe doesn't invest heavily in someone and then abandon the investment. And the gifts you carry, the high priestess knowing, the starlight, the judgment awakening, the purpose of showing people what's possible, those are significant investments, and the universe watches over what it invests in, protects it, guides it, creates conditions for it to flourish. And the 10 of Pentacles and the Sun and the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Wands, all of that coming, that's the universe getting a return on what it put into you. And the return is massive because the investment was massive. And you are the investment. Next tea leaf card. Tears from someone who finally felt seen. Tears from someone who finally felt seen. And this is the title of this reading made visible in the tea leaves because it moved me to tears. That's not performance. That's what happens when you encounter something rare. And the tears in this image aren't sad tears. They're the specific kind that come when something true lands, when someone is finally seen for what they actually are. And this tea leaf card is for you, for this moment, for this reading, for the moment when what you've always been, the high priestess, the star, the hermit lantern, the world completeness, the empress abundance, gets named out loud and you feel it land. And if something in this reading has moved you, if something landed somewhere deep, those are the tears of finally being seen, and you deserve to feel every single one. And the last tea leaf card, a story that's just getting to the good part, a story that's just getting to the good part. And your guides saved this image for last because it reframes everything. Everything before this moment. All the carrying, all the hermit nights, all the lantern without recognition, all the kneeling. That was the beginning of the story. The part where the main character gets developed, gets tested, gets equipped. And what's coming? The Sun chapter, the wheel turning, the crown being lowered, the Ace of Wands igniting something new. That's the good part. That's the part the whole beginning was building toward. And you are in a story that's just getting to the good part. And the good part is extraordinary. Okay, final messages from your guides. 6 cards. You are not ordinary and you've always known it. You are not ordinary and you've always known it. And your guides want this to be the first message. Not as arrogance, not as superiority, but as a quiet fact. Because there's been a knowing in you for as long as you can remember. A quiet sense that you came here with something, that you're not here by accident, that the things you feel and sense and carry are not the same as what most people around you feel and sense and carry. And maybe you've been told to quiet that knowing. Maybe you've second-guessed it. Maybe you've shrunk it down to fit into spaces that weren't big enough for it. And your guides are saying, stop. You are not ordinary. And the high priestess and the star and the judgment and the world and the empress and every oracle card in this reading just confirmed what you've always known. Drop a comment and say, I am not ordinary, because you're not. Next final card. Stop carrying your gifts like they're a burden. Stop carrying your gifts like they're a burden. And your guides are being so direct here because I feel like for some of you, the sensitivity, the knowing, the feeling everything deeply has at times felt like too much, like something to manage, to explain, to apologize for. And your guides are saying, no, the high priestess knowing isn't a burden. The starlight isn't a burden. The hermit lantern isn't a burden. They're gifts. And the difference between carrying a gift and carrying a burden is whether you've claimed it as yours. And the claiming is what this reading is for. So claim it, all of it, without apology, without shrinking. Carry it the way the Empress carries her abundance. Like it's the most natural thing in the world. Because for you, it is. Next final card. The people who need your light are already being drawn to you. The people who need your light are already being drawn to you. And this is such a specific message because it removes the pressure. You don't have to go find the people who need what you carry. They're already being drawn. The hermit lantern doesn't chase the ships navigate by the light. And the people whose lives are supposed to change because of you, they're already moving toward you, already finding their way, already being guided by something they can feel even if they can't name it. And your job isn't to seek them. Your job is to keep the lantern lit, to keep being exactly what you are, fully, without apology. And they will find you. They always do. Because light always finds those who need it. Next final card. What you came here to do is bigger than what you've done so far. What you came here to do is bigger than what you've done so far. And your guides are saying this not to diminish anything you've already done, but to expand the frame. Because everything so far, every moment of carrying the lantern, every room you shifted, every person whose life changed because you were in it, that was the preparation, the equipping, the becoming ready. And what you came here to do is bigger than all of that. And that's not pressure. That's permission. Permission to think bigger, to reach further, to let the Ace of Wands ignite something you haven't started yet. And what you haven't started yet is the thing that changes everything for you and for more people than you can currently imagine. Next final card. Save this reading. You're going to want to come back to it. Save this reading. You're going to want to come back to it. And your guides want this moment documented. Save it right now. Bookmark it. Share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Because when you share good energy, it comes back to you tenfold every single time. And come back when the wheel turns. Come back when the crown is lowered. Come back when the Ace of Wands ignites the thing you haven't started yet. Look back at this moment and understand this is the reading that named what you've always carried before the world fully saw it. And when you come back, drop a comment and tell us what happened. Because something is going to happen, and we want to know. And the very last card. You are one of the highest divine beings I have ever seen, and the universe agrees. You are one of the highest divine beings I've ever seen, and the universe agrees. And your guides saved the most complete and most personal truth for last. Because this reading started with me telling you what happened when I sat down to shuffle for you, how something stopped me, how it was bigger and quieter and more still than what I normally feel. And every card that came out after that, the High Priestess, the Star, the Hermit, the World, the Empress, the Judgment, the Ace of Cups, the Lovers, the Sun, the Ace of Wands, Every single one confirmed what I felt in that first moment. You are carrying something rare, something chosen, something that came with you into this life for a reason. And the universe, which sees everything, which put the light in you before you were born, which has been watching over its investment, agrees. And so do I. And now it's time for you to agree too. Okay, so to wrap this whole thing up, and I want every word of this to land, you are one of the highest divine beings I've ever seen. And the cards showed us exactly what that means and exactly what's coming for you because of it. The High Priestess and the Star and the Hermit and the Oracle card you carry light that was given to you before you were born showed us the light you carry. The World and the Empress and the Judgment card and the Oracle card your soul chose to come here showed us what makes your energy so rare. The Ace of Cups and the Lovers and the Hierophant reversed and the Six of Wands and the Oracle card, you're here to show people what's possible, showed us your purpose. And the Ten of Pentacles and the Sun and the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Wands and the Oracle card, everything you've been calling in is already on its way, showed us what's coming for someone of your frequency. And the Being of Light who doesn't fully know what they are yet. The crown being lowered, the universe watching over someone it invested in heavily, the tears from someone finally feeling seen, the story just getting to the good part, all of it pointing to the same truth. You came here with something extraordinary, and the world is about to see it. Claim this, loves. Drop a comment and say, I carry divine light, and my soul chose to come here. And I am evidence of what's possible. And everything I've been calling in is already on its way, because every word of that is yours. And it was always yours. Save this reading. Share it with someone who needs to hear it today. And when you share it, what comes back is tenfold every single time. And come back when the crown is lowered. Because it's going to be lowered. And we want to see it. If this resonated, please give this video a thumbs up. It genuinely helps Moonveil Tarot reach more people who need these messages. Drop a comment and tell me what hit hardest. And if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a reading. Thank you so much for being here today. Take really good care of yourself. Carry the lantern. Claim the crown. And remember, the light was given to you before you were born, and it has never gone out. This is Moonveil Tarot signing off. Bye, loves.